So I've seen a couple of new Lego sets coming out in the summer, and I'm honestly it's hard not to want to buy these things, right? Obviously, I don't plan on buying any of them, but there are some that I'm seeing and it's just like, oh, I do want them. So we're going to check some of those out in this video and I'll give you my thoughts. Let's just hop right on over. We're checking this out on Jay's Brick blog. Yeah, not plural. Never checked them out before, but I would definitely recommend checking this out, and I will leave a link to this in the description of this video for yourself as well. A lot of sets in this video here, I guess, and yeah, let's just get right on into it. So first things first, the return of Johnny Thunder. Now, I was not really someone who was aware of this character when I was a kid. I was too focused on Bionicle stuff. No one would catch me dead playing with like any minifigure, really. But I do know that this is a much beloved character from Lego's iconography, from Lego's history. And so it is really I'm really glad to see something like this. Of course, I'm more excited for this, right? Of course. This right here is Silent Strike for all intents and purposes. I'm super happy with how it looks so far. It's not perfect. There are absolutely aspects of it where it's like, okay, some of the colors are a little bit weird. And obviously, it's a different size altogether. This is not the original 2-scale model. It's not a recreation of it, but it's just a sort of scaled down version. And that's reflected in the stickers here too. Because if you know anything about Exo Force, they had a lot of stickers. I kind of wish that we had gotten a couple more stickers, maybe up here or even on these little side panels. I know that they're little ingot pieces, which are always nice to get in white here too. But yeah, I would have liked maybe one more sticker somewhere else on this somewhere. I don't know where, but it would have been really nice. Still though, I think these sword pieces are new in white. I had only seen low resolution images up until today, so I'm very happy to see this. Still, I would have liked like maybe a new mold, but I'm not going to complain about getting these in white because I don't think we have them before. And as somebody who likes Bionicle, they look enough like the white Kopaka sword that we got from way back. So I think it works out well enough. These are also always nice to have more of in white, and I do need that piece in white. Too bad I probably won't be getting this set just because I think it's like $100. Anyway, let's go ahead and keep going. But this is the set itself. The only thing that I was not super impressed by with this is that it's called Robot World, but it's just the one robot. Like, yeah, you have a drone up here too, but the rest of everything kind of going on, which is sort of in the background of the set, is like, games and stuff like that in the background. And there's a lot of really fun Easter eggs here. But yeah, I would have liked to have seen maybe one more even small dedicated build off to one side. Plus this area over here is just very empty. And if this was like an amusement park or something like that, I feel like they would have put something over in this area, even if, it'd crowd out lines or something like that. So yeah, it's definitely a good set. I'm really happy, really excited to see it. The DJ up there is kind of cool too. But yeah, I would have liked to have seen maybe one more robot thing. But yeah, you get arcades in here too. Really fantastic. Let's go ahead and move on because otherwise I'm going to be here all day. So a Lego truck, as is tradition with Lego, looks, on first glance, it looks small, but it's actually a really respectable size. Like just looking at these here, these are 2x2 wedge plates. So this is actually a pretty large truck. Like I think that's what, a 6 wide, and then some change, because of these fenders here sticking out. So like 7 modules wide, maybe? It's hard for me to say for sure, but I do like what I'm seeing here. And also, I think people are going to love just the sheer amount of stickers with Lego sets and Lego references on them. I have not looked over, I've not poured over this image at all to see what is included with it. I do know that the Robot World one from above does have a Bionicle reference, which I'm always happy about. Although I'd love for them to stop giving us references and just give us some Bionicle, dang it. Especially seeing like characters like Johnny Thunder. In the Robot World, it would have been fantastic if they had included, like how you can get like foam fingers or masks or things like that from these different places. Do like something Bionicle relative to that, right? And, Exo Force, as you can see here as well. Respect other themes than just one, but I understand it. Hey, if the set sells well, maybe we'll get an expansion to it and we'll see something. Who knows? They're testing their water, and that's something I've noticed with this wave specifically, these summer waves, is there are a lot of callbacks to other themes, like the Johnny Thunder one, like Oh, I can't. The problem is I can't think of the themes right off the top of my head. That's my main issue. I know that there's some from like Ultra Agents and stuff like that, for example, too. So a lot of like really classic mid to late 2000 themes. So yeah, seeing sets like that come back, even as like an icons sort of thing, with Lego sort of branching back into past sets and giving us modern takes on those past sets, I would like that. I would really appreciate that, in all honesty. And if we are to get anything like that from Lego, if any of it falls into the Bionicle category, I'd even like to see something Technic based from them. Not necessarily saying that they need to make a new mold for any of it, although I'd love that too. But, still really fun. All right, so we have these jungle exploration sets, which I'm always a huge fan of jungle exploration. I'm a big animal lover, obviously, and so I was a big collector of the 2017 jungle exploration sets. I got a handful of them, so very nice to see these. Every handful of years, we get a new one of these themes, and I'm always welcoming of it. So very happy about these. New gorilla mold here. The hand feels a little bit awkward, but I do think that generally this is roughly the best shape to give something that both feels like it's walking on its knuckles while also holding things or handing things off. So I don't know what that piece is specifically. I can see there's like a little notch. It's like a peach specific or maybe like a flower bud specific mold. I don't know if it's new or not, but it's an interesting piece. And also I'm not sure why specifically there is, I guess for the butterfly to land on. That's kind of cool. And is that a new butterfly print too? I'm not sure. Not super familiar with the butterflies, unfortunately. So, okay. So, I do have one critique, though. The color scheme here, it is appropriate as a color scheme, I think, for this general type of theme, but it does feel a bit cluttered in a lot of ways. I do like the first aid kit is always cool. The orange, dark blue, white feels like sort of a rescue type vehicle or a high visibility type vehicle. So I do think it's appropriate, but the way that it's done, something about it just feels kind of messy. Maybe like the color distribution, it's hard for me to pin down exactly what's not fitting for me. I'm not sure. And I do remember I did watch Jangbrick's video earlier today too, which I'd also recommend checking out. And he mentioned something about the blades spinning in the same direction. I don't think they do in tandem helicopters. I think they spin in opposite directions to counter torque, but I could be wrong. I have not looked into that either. He wasn't aware. But yeah, it's not something I've looked into. I'll have to look into it at some point. But I think traditionally, the blades spin in opposite directions. Okay. This one looks definitely better. The colors are a little more blocked where you would expect them to be. So I think this is probably like the best, most ideal version of this color scheme they're trying to go for, with the orange to dark blue to white. It's balanced well. The big old chunky tires look great on this vehicle as well. You've got the chest piece on the side here. I think that's dark bluish gray. I'm not sure if I don't think it's metallic. And then of course Johnny Thunder himself with the map and everything. Not aware of these two characters here though. I think they're just like general animal thermographers. I don't know what else to call them. That drone build's actually kind of fun too. It's very simple, but it's effective. I mean, I like it. I mean, it's not really practical, I don't think. I guess you could picture it being like a little helicopter sort of build. In that way, I guess it could kind of work. Yeah, that's pretty good. I like that one so far. This one I actually really like it. So this one's $20, I think, for the US. It could be more than that, but I'm not positive. That said, again, color scheme here I think is handled reasonably well. Colors are where you would mostly expect them to be. The kind of touches of olive, I also noticed that on the tandem helicopter too. And I wasn't sure what that was about. So I'm not specifically sure what the olive is supposed to represent. In this, it is definitely a strange color to add on. I think that's olive. I don't think that's dark tan. Maybe it's dark tan. Point being, though, we get the alligators here, I think in olive. Again, it's so hard to tell with this lighting. I don't know if that's a new color for these, but I do believe it's a new color for the baby alligator in the sand green. That looks great. Always love getting more of those. I don't have any in hand yet, but I plan to get one. And I've only got one alligator in my collection. So yeah, getting more of those in more colors is always good. And I'm just generally somebody that likes the olive color too. So yeah, this is an interesting one too. Big old chunky tires again. I don't know if I actually own any of these tires. I never go out of my way to get them, but I do want them. So you've got a red panda here, which is super good. Super adorable, man. Also, it's worth mentioning the compass print. It's a generally useful piece. The map, I'm not sure if that's the same map from above, and I don't want to keep scrolling up and down and make this video longer than it needs to be. You've got the connections on both sides here, which is always welcome. A little bit interesting having just like random studs in here, though. It kind of breaks it up, which, I mean, you know, it's a rocky natural structure. It makes some sense, but my eye, it's not pleasing to my eye. So just me. Oh, is that a new piece too? Oh no, okay. I thought I saw a split in it for a second. I thought it was like a 3x2 quarter round, but no, it may still be a new piece though. That angle doesn't look like anything I'm familiar with. Like it's more generally rounded than, yeah, so that might be a new piece. Or if it's not new, I have I haven't seen it yet. So color scheme here again, you can see we've got more of the olive on the sides here. Pardon me. The orange looks good. The blue looks good. The white looks good. It's just some weird color blocking. I do generally like the idea or the conceptual shape of the vehicle, but because of like the colors again, it feels a little bit disjointed, a little messy. So big old what is this? Mobile construction crane. Simple enough. Self-explanatory. All right. God, is that 16 tires? All right. Yeah, if you like these chunky wheels, this is the set to get. And okay, I thought that was like okay, that's interesting though. I'm not familiar with this here. It's a worm screw of some kind, but I don't know if that's a new mold or if that's something. Oh, I'm really not familiar with any of this stuff on the bottom here. That's interesting. I'll have to try and look at that up close later. On dark turquoise around that, that's kind of nice. Love to continue seeing that color pop up all the time. It's great. And also, is this dark or dark yellow? Flame yellowish orange, Keat orange, whatever. Got an elephant on the side. That's cool. Yeah, I like this. I think it looks good. I I recognize these pieces. I think I have the snowplow that has them in orange, and so I'm guessing that those are hollow. I don't know if they're gonna any weight. Anyway, okay. Yeah, I mean it looks good. I like it. I'm not really a trolley person, so I'm not specifically sure how accurate this is. Oh, it's got an interesting angle going on the front here too, like because it closes in, it pinches inward on the. That's interesting. Okay. I mean, yeah, it looks kind of cool either way, and I mean, it's nice to have something on both sides of the tracks here as well. Again, because I'm not really a train person, I'm not familiar with past train builds, so I don't know if this is something that Lego's done a lot of. I know they've made a lot of trains, but like this sort of both sides of the tracks, if that's something that they generally do. But it looks good. I like it. I think it looks, yeah, I think this is a really good one, actually. You know, not enough track, obviously, to work with, but you could easily play with the train on the ground. So, not going to complain about it too much. And I have to imagine you'll be able to buy those tracks separately, if not already. Like, I imagine Lego sells these individually, so. Yeah, okay, so it does have the elephant here, too. So I'm guessing this is the same color as the mobile excavator, or the mobile crane. And I think that, I can't tell for sure, but I'm willing to bet this might be bright light orange. I think. It's hard for me to tell because I'm trying to look at the skin tone, but I know it's behind that glass here. These guys aren't really close enough to it. It just looks slightly more warm in tone than typical yellow. I do see a brand new piece it looks like here, though. This piece with just a pinhole and a long axle, I'm guessing. Maybe a 6 long axle or so. It could be shorter, I guess, but that's cool. That's welcome. You could technically modify an existing Lego piece to make those, which I've done in the past for some reason. Oh, I remember because I had one that was like super bent up. Anyway, long story short, though, I'm more excited for the black pistons, of which there are 4 in here, so you won't have to go out of your way to get the Exo Force set to get them. I keep saying Exo Force. Ninjago, can you see what theme that I actually want to come back? I could absolutely see, by the way, especially with like Dragons Rising bringing characters in from like other themes, at least it seems like, a potential Exo Force character from the past showing up in that theme. I'd be all for it, man. I would be 100% for it. And giving you kind of a mech to go with them in that sort of Exo Force Japanese sort of mecha style. Oh, I'd love it. I'd love it so much, man. That'd be my dream, just about, except for the Bionicle thing. That's my real dream. All right. But yeah, I like this a lot. This is probably my favorite excavator that I've seen as a brick-built excavator from Lego. I'm assuming that there, yeah, I can see hinges in there. I don't know if that's ratcheted in the middle, because these hinges are biased to one side, so I'm not sure exactly how that works, or if there's maybe a linkage that gets pulled in between, or a rubber lift arm. I'm not exactly sure how that works, because these don't really have a lot of friction on them on their own. They have a little bit, but not much. So I'm not sure what like would keep it, in a specific position. Like, yeah, these have some flex to them, so they'll do some of the work, but they're not going to do all of it. I really don't know. I'm trying to think of how that. I'm just excited about this one, I guess. If I get any of these sets, this is probably the one that I want the most. It looks like it's reasonably affordable in terms of its size. I imagine with 3 minifigures here, it's really polished too. There's probably a decent amount more pieces in here than it looks like. I'm willing to bet this is probably $45 US, but I'm not sure. Oh, 633 pieces, maybe closer to 60 then. Not sure. I know a lot of that's tread still, so hopefully that is reflected in the price. But anyway, I've also seen a lot of these blueprints, which I really like, getting kind of spread over different themes. That's always nice. Yeah, this looks really good too. Car transport, always. Got that sort of muscle car. I can never remember the name of these, which is unfortunate, but it does look good. It does look good for what it's worth. Got the kind of the Cadillac sort of. Man, I can't. Not bad at this. All right. Still though, generally really like the design of this. I think it's dark azure, but I'm not positive. That looks like dark azure to me. I'm pretty sure. And overall, the color blocking on this looks really good too. The black, the blue. It's a very almost a Corvette kind of logo on the front there, which I think is funny. But yeah, over the gray too. It's really flashy, really nice. I'm hoping those aren't all little 1x1 plates in there. I mean, I assume that's probably what it is. Oh, maybe not though. Like on this back edge here, I can kind of see a little bit of gray showing through. I'm not sure what that is. All right. Obviously, it'd buff up the parts count if those are all individual plates you have to assemble. And tedious, but not the worst thing in the world. This is another one I'm really excited for too, because I think this one looks super nice. It's really well polished. In terms of seating, we've got 5 seats up toward the top here at least. I can't tell what's on the inside here yet. I thought that was his hair for a second. But I do like this. I think that's brick built too. Is it? No joke. That is brick built. Oh, that looks so good, man. I love that one a lot. Even like the little bit of the rounded corner here, which is interesting. It's definitely a choice, but I do like it. And then, of course, the little V-notch in the front here. What I think is really cool about this, too, though, is the general size of this area here. We can see some sideways building. Some like Speed Champions kind of stuff going on in a build like this, which is kind of cool to see that bleed out, those techniques bleed out into sets like these, because it shows a lot more confidence in LEGO that younger audiences, because this is only a 7+ set, can still build the things that they're designing. Also, I'm not sure if this is a new piece here, too, this round over. I don't recognize it. But anyway, this assembly on the front here is actually supposed to rotate as well. I think it's just by hand. I don't think there's a mechanism to do it. And I'm guessing my internet's down now. Cool. All right. So anyway, I guess I'm just going to go ahead and end that one here. Going to end it on a high note, though, in all things considered. Internet's been really buggy the last couple of days now. So anyway, if you guys did enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, because it does help the channel out as always. You already know that. Thank you all so much for tuning into videos like this. I don't really do a lot of these types of videos, but if you do enjoy this one, well, the only way I know is through likes and comments, and let me know your favorite set from the summer waves, not just the ones that you've seen here, but any that you have seen, and let me know specifically which ones you plan on getting. Or if you don't have an exact answer, hey, what themes are you most interested in that LEGO is producing right now, or which ones do you wish would come back? All right, with all that said, you can also take the conversation further over on the Discord server, which is down in the description below, or check out Instagram, Patreon. All of those help out the channel, obviously, and if I end up getting any sets, it's because of patrons like you. So with all that said, I'll see y'all in the next one. Take care.